तव कथामृतं तप्तजीवनं कविभिरीतं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः। The nectar of the universe is the life for those who are scorched by the world. Words which have been uttered by the knowers of truth, which wipe out sins, the very hearing of which is beneficial, which are beautiful, pleasing to the ear, pleasing to the heart, which are inexhaustible. Those who recount them on earth are the givers of plenty. Om peace, peace, peace. Good evening. I am glad to be present here with the wonderful, sweet, nectar-like words of the Narada's Bhakti Sutra, aphorisms on Bhakti by Narada Muni. We have been reading the mantra number 28. Tasyaha jnanam eva sadhanam iti eke. Before that, in the previous aphorism, Narada was trying to establish that how bhakti is the greatest, the highest, the most sublime one, the most appropriate path for the seekers of the truth. So, he was praising and trying to establish that devotion is the highest path to reach the goal of life. So, previous one was there that Ishwarasya opi Abhimano dvesitvat danya priyavat cha priyatvat cha. God also likes those people. Devotion is superior to other paths because God also likes those who do not have hatred, jealousy. God hates pride and loves humility. Those who have humility, God loves them. We know that. In other paths, problem is that gradually you may develop some kind of ego, ahankara. God is always away from that. In any path. In the Jnana Yoga, I am that. Automatically it may come. Always I am thinking, oh, who is God? Oh, I am everything. So, yes, finally that is, but in the initial stage, if we are not alert and if God's blessings are not there, grace is not there, then there is the chance that there will be a false pride, false ego, unripe ego. Sri Ramakrishna used to say, ami, everything, me, my. The I, me, mine, this is the bondage, this is the world. If you can give it up, Holy Mother is telling you, now itself you can realize God. So in other paths, you are a karma yogi, you are doing excellent works. Afterwards, when appreciation comes, people are telling you, in the yoga path I have done something, now a little miraculous power, occult power comes, I think, oh, I have become everything. I have reached the goal. Actually, it is not. So, in other paths, there are the chances to have false pride, ego, and God is always away from ego. So, Narada is trying to establish that Ishwarasya, God even doesn't like those who are full of false ego and pride. Rather, God loves those who have humility. And devotee's path, devotion, there is no question of any ego, because in the beginning, from the beginning it is bhakti. I know, I am tuhu, nahang, I am now nobody, I am God's servant, I am God's child, I am God's daughter, I am God's son. I am God. So many other paths are also there. But I am is nobody there. Whatever relation. There are Shanto, Dasya, Shakho, Vatsalya, Madhuro. So many bhavas are there. But all are different paths of devotion. So, God also does not hates those people. Like means God hates those, even God hates pride and loves humility. So, in other paths there is the chances. So, that was whatever may be the behavior of people towards him, a real devotee, seekers of the truth through the path of devotion, circumstances, whatever way you behave with me, because I have already developed with my bhakti, so there is no chance that I will return in the same way. Whatever may be the behavior of other people towards him, to a devotee, he must bear it patiently. So we quoted this Trinadapi Sunicheno Taruropi Sohisnuna Amanina Manodena Kirtaniya Sadahuri. We every day morning chanting from Chaitanya Dev, we chant that the glory of God is to be sung by a person who is humbler than the grass and that is trampled underfoot, who is more patient than a tree, and who does not seek any honor or respect from anybody. Rather, he gives or she gives respect to everybody. That is the nature of the devotee. So, what is the scope to be gone astray? So, that is the point of Naradji, that it is very safe path. Whatever way may behave other people towards him or her, he or she must bear it patiently without taking the slightest offense. That is forbearing attitude of a devotee which is liked by God. A devotee expects no honor from others, but he gives honor to everybody. If one has these qualifications, then only will his praising God be sincere and fruitful. These then are some of the characteristics of a devotee. So, Naradji is trying to point out that this path is the surest, easiest and most supreme, the highest one. Then we started this sloka and stopped there. Tasyaha jnanameva sadhanam iti eke. According to some people, devotion can be generated through knowledge only. Tasyaha, of that devotion. Jnanam, knowledge, eva, only. Sadhanam means iti eke. Some other people also tell in this way. Jnana, through jnana only, you can reach the highest bhakti. Jnana is lower than bhakti. Before having the supreme devotion, you have to have the knowledge. So in this aphorism, it is Naradji is telling that some people say that to attain bhakti, one should go through knowledge. The knowledge of what? Knowledge of, Sri Ramakrishna also said one day, if you do not know whom you are to respect, whom you are to revere, how will you do it? You have to know, you will know, oh, this man is so and so, such a great man, great soul, big saint, or I like some, respect always some moneyed people, oh, very wealthy, I will be very showing my respect to him. If I am of that nature that I always pay respect to the powerful people, oh, who is the president, who is the prime minister, something, I must know who is he or she, then only I can pay my respect, honor, love. So otherwise, how can I do not know anything about God? So, that is the point. What to be known? Knowledge of the means as well as the end. Who is God? What is God? Bhakti is an emotional attitude. But in order for this attitude to be correctly directed towards God, discrimination and knowledge are needed. Sri Ramakrishna pointed out this to younger Naren, who was asking for. I am reading it from the Gospel. This description is there. It was on 7th of March 1885 in Dakshineshwar. Many devotees came. A.M. also, recorder of the Gospel, also came. So he was a teacher, headmaster. So youngsters, many Rakhal, Baguram, many were his students. So generally we respect our teacher, headmaster. We pay more respect because others are teacher. This person is headmaster. He is the leader of all teachers. So gradually we feel a kind of special honor for him. So Master asked that what you want. So that younger Naren, he asked, I want pure bhakti. Master, that Naren was very pure soul. So Sri Ramakrishna was very happy to see him. He was not coming for some times. Sri Ramakrishna is telling Master, I have been eager to see you. You will succeed. Come here once in a while. Well, which do you prefer, Jnana or Bhakti? That was the occasion there, 7th of March 1885 in Dakshineshwar. That younger Naren, that devotee, he said, I want pure bhakti. Master asked, what do you want? You will be liberated. I am there. Why don't you come? You have all good signs. A little thing you have to do, I will help. I will instruct you. Why you are not coming? I am so happy to see you. Master used to be very happy to see the pure souls. So that, yes, whatever I will say, they will follow that. Otherwise, it is just throwing the pearls to the swine. It is people will come and they will not follow anything. Master also many times said, you see, they will ask me to speak and speak and speak. Oof, I have to say everything, but they will not follow anything. Only will ask questions. So it is there in the Gospel. Master is now giving the answer. But how can you love someone unless you know him? Pointing to the M, who was a headmaster in 2 schools and teachers of many, with a smile. How can you love him unless you know him? Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar was a very famous person in Bengal, in India itself. He was given this title, Vidyasagar, ocean of knowledge, ocean of learning. Such was a fine person. And Master himself went to see him because he was not only a man of knowledge, he was a man of pure heart and love, full of mercy, compassion for each and everyone. He won't spend money for whatever he used to earn for himself, for his family. He would be spending mostly for the education of the girls, students, and good for others. So, people used to love and respect him. Actually, before coming to knowing Sri Ramakrishna, we mentally we had our attitude that Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar is an avatar, like that. We had our pre-monastic life, our love, respect. We got it from our father, mother, grandfather, everyone, because Vidyasagar was such a person, was loved and respected by one and all. It was, nobody said that you worship Vidyasagar, but after coming to Sri Ramakrishna, we understood the difference, what is avatar and what is a good man, a good soul. No doubt he was a good soul. So, Sri Ramakrishna is giving, if you do not know about somebody, then how can you love and depend, trust? Oh God, you take my all responsibility. Human life is very precious. The goal of human life is realize God. So, see that my life is not wasted. I will depend on somebody, love somebody, surrender to somebody without knowing his power. How is it? Knowing anything about him? So, one should know whom I am going to respect and how to reach that. This is, Sri Ramakrishna is telling the knowledge of what? Knowledge of the means to reach God and the nature of God. Who is God? What is his nature? So, Master is telling, pointing out to M, who was a headmaster, how can you love this man unless you know him? To M, Since a pure soul person has asked for pure bhakti, it must have some meaning. Means this younger Naren, senior Naren was Swami Vivekananda, and this was another Choto Naren, a student of M. So, that he is also a very pure soul. Since he has asked this, pure devotion means Master will grant him. It has its meaning, he will get it. One does not seek bhakti of one's own accord without inborn tendencies. This is the characteristic of prema bhakti. Prema bhakti. There is another kind of bhakti called jnana bhakti, which is love of God based on reasoning. Because God is everything, that is why we will go to God, we will we will pray to God, because others cannot give. The eternal joy, peace, mukti, liberation, God only can give. So why I will ask to a pauper, I will ask for something, a beggar. I myself am a beggar, I am asking another beggar. I am blind and I am asking another blind person to show me the path. I will ask somebody, I cannot see. You have eyes, please show me the path. I want to go there. So Sri Ramakrishna is telling, yes, you want pure bhakti, but pure bhakti for whom? You must know that. And another bhakti is this. One is from within coming. This is prema bhakti. It is blind. I know there is a God with form, without form. I don't bother. How many lives, this life, that life. I know he or she, whatever it may be, this is my own. Sri Ramakrishna's prayer is their own mother. In this world, nobody is there whom I can call my own. You are the only one whom I believe, I trust. Nobody is there. Everyone is there, all relatives, this, that, no. So, this kind of surrender, it comes from God's grace, through God's grace, and if someone is pure soul. Otherwise, inborn tendencies they are born with, they only directly ask for, without any reasoning. For others, common people, a little reasoning, where I am going. I like to go to San Francisco. I will go to the road and to start walking to any direction. No, I must know which side. It is towards north or it is towards south. I know 101. 101 will take, but 101 towards south, it will take me to Mexico or that side. So, minimum thing one must know. Sri Ramakrishna was telling that this is pure bhakti, automatically coming from the mind. They are born with tendencies, pure tendencies through God's grace. And another type of devotion is there. It comes based on reasoning. That is called prema bhakti, first one, then jnana bhakti. To the younger Narada, let me look at your body. Also, Master has blessed him. And so we come to our point here, that many say that this is the way. You must have that knowledge first, then only you can develop bhakti. Otherwise, four people are there. If I know this is my mother, then only I do not know who is my mother. My mom is there, my auntie is there, all are there. But when I will know who is my mom, I will have a special kind of joy and attraction for my mother. So, whom you love, that also is necessary. So, it has, it's a balanced way of understanding for the common people. Those who are born with that tendency, they do not know anything. I know God will not mislead me. God has given me this birth, this human body. God doesn't know. Sri Ramakrishna is there. That story is also there in the Gospel. Sikh devotees came and then the Master is asking, yes, how are you? What about God? They say, God is good. How could you know that God is good? God is giving us food, these. Because some Marwari devotees came. So they are all the rich people. They did not have any want in the life. So they are thinking God gives. In the Christianity also they are, oh God, you are giving us food, everything. We are always thanking God. God is our father, mother. Do we pay our thanks to father, mother? Indian way of thinking bhakti is, what is there? Everything thanksgiving. God has given me birth. God is my father, mother. It is God's responsibility. That's Sri Ramakrishna was telling. No, it is God has created us. We are children of God. It is God's. What is speciality in there? Then what is speciality? If God gives me vivek, vairagya, bhakti, these things are special, all are not having, then I can tell God is very loving, very, very merciful, because God is compassionate, because God has given me all these things which are very rare. For giving wealth and food, clothing, house, this is a general responsibility of God, since He has created us. So that was the point. So, a minimum understanding, knowledge should be there. In the Diksha time also, when we ask some new people come, we will take initiation. How many years you are coming? Why you are attracted to Vedanta? How many years? Have you read any books? Do you know any Swami? Are you attending our lectures, or why? Suddenly you come, you give Diksha. Tomorrow you will not do anything. If I know that there is and I am a headmaster, suppose, and there is a boy, I know this boy, every day he changes school. So, sir, you admit me in your school. Why I will? I know already you have changed 10 schools. I know this is not, no, I want to learn, I want to study in this school. I know already your character. So why I will waste time and energy for you? Tomorrow you will not come. So insincere people will not do. God knows everything. So Diksha time we ask, have you read some books? No. And then read first these books. Minimum short life of Master, Mother, Swami Vivekananda, and a small another booklet is what is spiritual initiation? What is Mantra Diksha? What does it mean? What it is? Spiritual initiation, what it is? Learn, then you come. Or just you, it is this, Ramakrishna, you go. You come and go, attend some classes, then initiation, it will come later. Raja Maharaj, Swami Brahmananda ji, he used to give initiation after several years. Holy Mother complained, Rakhal, so many people come, you do not give initiation, that is not good. If you don't give, who will give? You have to help them. Rakhal Maharaj knows they are not real seekers. They will do a little bit, let them have, let them enjoy a little more. When the ground will be prepared, this field will be cultivated properly, then if you put seed there, it will grow. Otherwise, even if I give the seed means mantra, this Guru's mantra, it will not have its optimum effect, highest effect. Even seed is there and ground is not prepared, it is not cultivated, it is not plowed properly, softened, and all necessary things are there. It will sprout, but very feeble. It will not give good crop. Good harvest will not be possible from that. So, that read some books about Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother, Swamiji, what is our ideal, what is God, what is mantra, what is initiation, what you get, what you lose if you do not take initiation. All these things, by this time you will understand that this man they will say something, but actually they have not that, oh mother, give me food. Actually, stomach is full. Some food is there, asking for, actually not desirous. So, God knows what is the right time and who is actually eligible. So, we give some books, read, then you come and attend some classes. Even after that, if you feel attraction, then all right, it will be there. So, how can you love someone unless, Sri Ramakrishna used to tell, how can you love unless you know him? Again, he added, there is another kind of bhakti called Jnana Bhakti, just I have read. from the gospel. So, there is another thing needed. One must know how to reach the goal. First is whom I will love God. Now, how to love God, how to reach God. Aim, recorder of the gospel was asking in the gospel, it is there. Second meeting, sir, humbly he was putting. Till now he was arguing with Sri Ramakrishna. Now he says, I cannot argue with this person because I do not know what I am. A teacher, I know physics, chemistry, mathematics, history, geography, literature, logic, but I do not know God. So who knows God? I should not argue with him. What he says, I should follow that and believe that because he is a knower of truth. So M was asking, sir, how to fix humbly? He was putting inside bracket, sir, humbly asking this question, how to fix mind in God, sir? How to love God? We love anything and everything very easily. No question of any doctor, any counselor, any psychiatrist. How to love my mother, how to love my food, how to love cricket, how to love football, other things, movie, how to love watching the movie. Nobody goes to any doctor. So, how to love God, who is our mother, father, who is creator? Our condition is that we are bound and attracted to the outside world so deeply and intensely that we do not know how to love God. So he was asking this question, that how to love God with all humility. So, how to do it, this is another. Who is God? And now how to reach God, how to love God. I understand there is one power, God. Now, how to love? I can love anything and everything, but I am not feeling that attraction, pull for God. How to generate that, how to get that. So that is another point. How to reach the goal. Goal is God, and the means towards the attainment of it. One must have some idea of the end and the means. Without that, how can one travel along that path? I told, if we want to go to San Francisco, we have to ask somebody who knows the path. We have to have a GPS. We have to have how to go. Either we have to go by a train, purchase a ticket, go to the railway station. If I go to the 101, train will not come there. I have to know that where is the station, train will come there. So means also, there are different paths are there, means are there. So one has to know all these things. Without knowing the path, how can you reach the goal? Without knowing the goal, how can one make progress towards it? I do not know goal, but then which direction I will go? So these are called, so according to some teachers, knowledge is a precondition for following the path of bhakti. This Narada was telling that. Then next aphorism is, next aphorism is, Annanna ashrayattam iti anne. Annanna ashrayattam iti anne. What is the meaning? Meaning is, this is mantra number 29, aphorism 29. Meaning is, according to some other teachers, they think knowledge and devotion depend upon one another. One should have, it is interdependent. Both you need knowledge and devotion. Then finally you will understand what the supreme devotion is. According to some, it is not the view of Narada. Narada is telling, some think this way. Some say that the devotion comes through, according to some teachers, devotion can be generated through knowledge only. Some other teachers, they say that, not Narada himself, he is telling others' opinion. He mentions what some other teachers say about the means for the attainment of bhakti. Others say that bhakti and knowledge are interdependent. for the attainment of bhakti. Not this initial bhakti. If you want to have the highest bhakti, if we are on the road 101 and we have a cab also, car, driving also, that will not do. To reach San Francisco, to reach the destination, we have to begin with this. So beginning is not reaching the end. We are on the path. This will lead us to the goal, but we have to go. So, interdependent, beginning with this knowledge and devotion to achieve that supreme devotion. And for knowledge to be properly cultivated, devotion is also necessary. So, this is interdependent. In this way it is described. For the attainment of bhakti, knowledge is necessary, and for knowledge to be properly cultivated, devotion is necessary. They are mutually interdependent. This naturally seems to be a balanced view. Sri Ramakrishna used to say, hey, Gyan Mishra Bhakti. He said, je Advaita Gyan achole bedhe ja ichhe tai kor. Means you remain in the world, in the family life. Do all your duties. Janak Raja was a king. He had his family. He had his responsibility. All the subjects, praja, people, he was taking care of everyone. But he knew, after he did all these things, after attaining the knowledge, so there is no problem for him remaining in the householder's life, because he will not be bound by it, attached to it. He is doing his duty, unattached. So, Advaita Gyan, first you have the understanding of that this whole universe, behind everything, these are all coming, going, these are not real. Advaita Gyan means that one is real, all other things are unreal. And I am that. I am not this body. Then who am I? What is my real nature? I am that. What is that? Behind everything, which is the substratum of everything, the whole universe. Billions and billions of galaxies are there. These are all coming, going, changing. It doesn't have eternal reality. That one which has eternal reality, which itself is the eternal reality, that thou art. Know that, that is Advaita Gyan. After knowing that, you remain here and there, in the ocean, in the top of the mountain, in an island, in New York, in the city, all the people are around, your mind will not be disturbed. You know the truth. So first you have the Advaita Gyan, this knowledge of this ultimate reality, then you do this brahmacharya, garhastha, vanaprastha, sannyas, these are different stages, anywhere, any field of work, anything you do, be Rashik Mathur was there in Dakshineshwar, a sweeper. Master blessed him, he also was liberated. He understood. So many people used to come to Dakshineshwar, they used to think that Sri Ramakrishna has got colic pain, something, perhaps his mother has passed away, that is, oh ma. They did not understand that a man, a human being can profusely shed tears and lie down and completely remain absorbed in oh God, oh ma. Ma means they used to think that perhaps his mother passed away, something. They did not know that God could be loved in such a way. Rashik Mathur understood this is God. So, Master, won't you liberate me? What will happen to me? He fell down. And in Kamarpukur, others could not understand in that way. It is a special boy, it is all right. But I know Chinu Shakhari worshipped, fed with fruits, something sweet meat. I know, Prabhu, thou art that, you are that God appearing in this body. Bless me. So this without God's grace, even God comes to us, we will not recognize. If our mind is not pure, soul is not advanced, uplifted, we will have doubt. He looks like me. What is he? What is she? What is this? We will not have faith that even God is appearing. In any form God can appear. But we are seeing, we are not recognizing. So for recognizing the presence of appearance of God also requires the God's grace. Mathur Babu's, they had one, this priest, Haldar. So he used to think that Mathur Babu is Baba, Baba always. They used to be paid for the puja and other things, priest, but Sri Ramakrishna is everything to Mathur Babu. So he was very jealous. One day he found that Sri Ramakrishna on the staircase corner in an ecstatic mood. He was having a shoe and kicking Sri Ramakrishna. Rascal, how could you what you call, have the mind of Mathur Babu. In India, we think that somebody has done something tuk-tak, a kind of something occult power or this and that. Otherwise, why he or she is so much attracted to him? I am his Kulaguru, I am his priest, family priest. He doesn't pay me that respect what he pays to you. So he was kicking. So Sri Ramakrishna could not say anything. He was in ecstatic mood. So after some days, some discussion was there. Then Sri Ramakrishna said, aha, what is there? People do not know that. Huh? Father, it happened to you. Why did not you tell me? I would have shivered his, what you call, his head. And then I could behead him. Then Master was telling that is why I did not tell you. Because he is ignorant. He could not recognize that Sri Ramakrishna had not done any charm on that play on Mathur Babu. Mathur Babu understood that God has taken this shape, this body, this form, in this to bless us, to liberate us. So let me take refuge. This small boy, Prahlad is telling Hiranyakashipu, Father, you are my father, I love you, I respect you, but don't claim you are God. You are not Hari. No, I am. You will worship me only. No God other than me. No, you are not Hari Baba. You are my father. I will pay respect, but you cannot tell me, force me that you are God. You are not God, you are my father. So, it comes from within through God's grace if we have done good things, good activities in our previous lives. So, these stories are there. Now, Naradji is telling that one after another what other things of different opinions are there about this devotion, how one can have this Prema Bhakti. Something, it is mutually interdependent. For having knowledge also you need devotion. For having devotion also you need to cultivate knowledge. So, now next mantra, aphorism 30, Swayam phalarup iti Brahma Kumaro. Swayam phalarupata iti Brahma Kumaro. Brahma Kumaro means Naradji himself. Naradji is Brahma's son. He is considered to be son of Brahma. So, his mind is, his opinion is, Swayam, of itself bhakti, is follow, the effect, rupata, nature of iti, thus, mannate, feels. Brahma Kumara means son of Brahma, means Narada. According to Narada, who is the son of Brahma, bhakti is itself the effect of the practice of devotion. Now he is telling others say this, but Narada is claiming, Narada himself says that bhakti is itself is the result. In other words, bhakti is not the result of something else. You have to have first knowledge, this, that, then bhakti will come. It is not that. It is inborn. It comes from within. It is independent of everything. Bhakti is not the result of something else, it is independent. It is not coming from anything else I will do, I will first cultivate knowledge, then devotion will come. It is not that. It doesn't depend upon knowledge or action or anything else. We say, do good activities, then devotion will come. That master also was telling that answer, how to fix my mind in God, sir. Humbly he was asking him. Sri Ramakrishna was telling, take God's name, pray to God, repeat the mantra, repeat God's name, pray to God, remain in sadhu sangha, in holy company. Sadhu means it is not always the sannyasis. Sadhu means those who are living pure life, trying to achieve the goal, those who do not lie, those who do not hate others, those who do not steal, those who live a loving, truthful, unselfish life, never doing anything wrong, never doing any harm to the society, never cheating, no hypocrisy. So those people are holy people. Remain in their company. Then automatically your mind also will be raised to higher levels of purification. Gradually it will. Finally, when our mind is completely pure, heart is completely pure, God will be revealed. The God is already there, but we cannot see. Sun is there, but we cannot see because clouds are there. So, Narada is telling that this bhakti is not the result of anything, it is completely independent of anything, everything. It does not depend upon knowledge or action, but for ordinary people in the beginning, if we do good works, gradually we feel attracted to be better, to be higher, to raise ourselves. We understand we are not already a devotee, but we understand there is something, we should have humility, we should have egolessness, we should see God's presence. God is the creator not only of me, God is the creator of everyone. So how can I hate, how can I suffer from superiority complex, or how can I suffer from inferiority complex also? Everyone's father, mother is God. So all these hopes, this positivity, it comes. But in the beginning, doing good works, unselfish activities, karma yoga without any desire, attachment, without any desire for the fruit, if we do, gradually we find that yes, our mind is being purified, we are feeling more pull towards God, attraction. We begin with something, God is but those who begin their spiritual life, in the beginning their love for God, and at the end of his or her life, the love of God is the same. It is not that. We begin with something with the alphabet, but we end with PhD and other things. So then we understand what knowledge is. In the beginning, so for common people, it is there, but Narada is telling that actual devotion, it is there, it will come. It is not dependent on anything else. It does not depend upon knowledge or action or anything else. It is self-sufficient. That is what is the nature of ultimate success. It is of the nature of the goal. So it can be independent of everything. This is the attitude of Narada. Bhakti is the nature of a devotee, and the attainment of the ultimate result is only the culmination of the process of devotion. Prema Bhakti or Para Bhakti, as Sri Ramakrishna used to call it, is the supreme expression of devotion for God. Devotion is there, but realizing God, feeling the presence of God within me, in my heart, that is culmination. It is not dependent on anything, it is only the process. I am reaching there gradually, but it is not dependent. So that is what Narada's opinion. That is the result, and the path is also, that is the result and the path is also devotion. Therefore, it is not through knowledge that bhakti is reached. One reaches bhakti through bhakti itself. Devotion reaches what is called mature devotion. We begin with ordinary devotion and finally we get mature devotion. We begin with ordinary love for God, it becomes para bhakti, ripened. If we, in Bengal, there is this sugar cane is there. And this, if you take the juice and boil, if it is juice, that it is not that sweet. It is sweet, but when you boil and boil, it becomes more sweeter, gradually it becomes this molasses and other things. See, you can make other things also with this. But actually it is sweet, only it is a process. Its nature is not changed. Only all other things were there, ordinary extra things, that is taken away. This famous sculptor, that Leonardo da Vinci, used to make wonderful murti, statues. The people were asking, how can you, out of this, how can you make a murti? Well, I don't make murti, I don't make any statue. This is statue you have. No. I have, it was there in the stone. I have taken the extra, murti was there, extra stone I have removed with the chisel and his hammering. See how he presents. I have taken away the extra which was covering the murti, I have removed that. God is there. Through all these good words and good practices, prayer, japa, meditation, holy company, all these things, through all these things we are removing our ignorance. Mirror is there, but I cannot see myself because layers of dirt is there. So all these layers are being taken away, then I find the ways. So how is the murti is already there, statue is already there. I am only removing, I do the activity, that work of removing the extra stone in that. See. So one reaches bhakti through the bhakti itself. Devotion reaches what is called mature devotion. So it is through devotion itself or through the grace of God that bhakti is attained. Narada is the pakka devotee. He is no compromising. That yes, it is not dependent on anything. If I have devotion, I will reach God. Because that is my means, that is my path, that is my goal. And God is love. I have begun with love, finally I will get the love concretized, concentrated form. It is not something else, I don't need of anything, any help. So, he is putting his opinion in this way. Next mantra is that Rajagriha bhojanadishu tathaiva drishtvattat. Now he is giving, just to establish his opinion, he is citing some example. What is the meaning? Rajagriha bhojanadishu tathaiva drishtvattat. Rajagriha, the palace, bhojana, food, adishu, ittadi, all this, and so on. Tathaeva, in the same way, drishtvatpat, it is seen. Even as it is seen in the case of the mere look of the royal palace or dainty food, the mere knowledge of the bhakti does not satisfy anybody. If I see the palace, I know the palace. It doesn't mean that I have entered the palace, I have seen, and it doesn't mean that the king will be happy. King will be happy when I will go to king and see the king, greet the king. King knows that I know the palace. So will king be happy? Food is there, I know it is food. What kind of food? Oh, this is Mexican, this is Italian, this is this, oh, it is very tasty. That will not satisfy my hunger. Fulfill my hunger. It will not. So, mere knowing, seeing the palace will not bring joy to the king. King will not be happy. I have to go and pay my respect. Then, oh, Acha, you have come to see me. Good. I know king is there. I know he is there. This building, his palace is there. But that will not. So, Narada is now trying to establish his opinion in this way. Even as it is seen in the case of the mere look of the royal palace or dainty of food, that will not satisfy us. Next, he is telling, no teno rajo paritosha shudha shantirva. No teno, from that, no, neither. Looking at that, neither rajo paritosha. Rajo paritosha is the king pleased. By only seeing, looking at the palace, king will not be pleased. Ba, nor Shudha, our desire to eat. Shudha Shanti, our hunger will not be appeased. Shudha Shanti, appeasement of our hunger. It will not. Neither does it, the mere sight, make the king happy, nor is the hunger appeased. Food is there, I am looking at, will not satisfy, appease my hunger. And looking at the palace also will not make the happy. So he is telling in this way. Tasmat saiva grahya mushubhi. Tasmat sa eva saiva grahya mumukshubhi. Meaning is, therefore bhakti alone is to be accepted by those who are desirous of liberation. If I know God, if I can love God, then I will feel that yes, I am liberated. I will not feel any bondage because I am not bound by everything is my God. Those who are Gani, they try to describe it that that is not, a devotee cannot be fully liberated because he has the understanding of I am separate from God. But a devotee does not see it in that way. Chini hote chai na ami, chini khete chai. Sri Ramakrishna used to say, I don't like to be sugar myself. I want to enjoy the sugar. Jnani's work is that you have to be sugar itself. That ultimate reality, you feel one with that. You do not have any separate. If God is there, then you are there. This enjoyer or enjoyable is there. No, this Dvaita, this understanding of dualism, that will not actually liberate you. You are still one step lower. And bhakti, devotee, Narada is telling that those who want to have liberation, they have to accept this path. Bhakti alone can liberate, not other paths. So this is he has to establish this. When Swami Vivekananda used to speak on Jnana Yoga, Sharadananda ji used to tell, who was the first General Secretary and the author of the Life of Sri Ramakrishna, Sri Ramakrishna Lila Prasanga. In English, there are two translations. One is the Great Master, Sri Ramakrishna the Great Master, another one, Sri Ramakrishna and his Divine Play. So, there, from Sri Ramakrishna's birth to the end, is described more or less as far as possible. Very authentic, nothing, no question of anything, imagination or anything. So, that Sharadanandaji, he was the author, he says, problem with Swamiji is that when Swamiji gives lecture on Karma Yoga, we think, oh, Karma Yoga is the best one, we will be all Karma Yogi. When we follow the lecture of Jnana Yoga, we think, what is there? All are Maya, unreal, this Jnana Yoga. When he gives lecture on Raja Yoga, Dhyana, we feel, what is work, what is this, I will be in meditation. When he speaks of Bhakti Yoga, we think, what other things are. Bhakti is everything. Without God, what is there? So great people, they speak from that height. You choose which path is good for you. And for this age, Swami Vivekananda says that for the followers of Ramakrishna, because in Ramakrishna's life, no negativity, no exclusion, no expulsion of anything, all accumulated, all kinds, all paths, all ideas there. Everything in Sri Ramakrishna's ideas. Sri Ramakrishna was a Jnani, a Bhakta, a Karma Yogi, and a Samadhi also, and Dhyani also. Jnani, Kurmi, Bhakta, Dhyani, everything in one. So those who are really devotees of Sri Ramakrishna must follow this, not hating others and claiming it is higher. Nothing is higher, nothing is lower. Whatever is your nature, begin with that. And finally, try to go forward. And in our life also, life is not compartmentalized. If we see in the beginning, we get up in the early morning, we do japa meditation. We are dhyana yogi, we are doing this raja yoga, dhyana yoga meditation. Then we are offering prayer also, O Thakur. You see that we are not trapped, everything is good. Sarve sukhino santu, all become happy. So those who are householders or desirous of something, they, oh God, you give me this thing. So that is also devotion. So a practice of devotion is there. Then we are doing a little puja, that is also devotion. And we are thinking also, yes, that also is there. This everything is changing. This body also, we are baby in the mother's womb, from there baby, then gradually getting youth, teenager, youthful days, this middle age, now old age, this skins are this wrinkling, all these things. We think the memory is falling, it is not that sharp now, physical strength also is good. We understand this body, jayate, vardhate, lastly there are sharavikaras, 6 changes in our body, from birth to death. Nashate, finally it is destroyed. In the Gita, Bhagavan is telling Arjuna, Sri Krishna is telling, you are talking to me as if I do not know anything. You are a great Pandit. You are speaking, but behaving like a fool, idiot. What is this? Only big lecture will not do. Pandits say, scholar people know that this body is not. Who kills you? You are Atman. You are talking or quoting the scripture, but scriptures say you are not the body. Body is born, it will die. Whether you do or not do, it is not dependent on your will. It will come, it is stage by stage. So, it is not that our life is free from other yogas in anyone's life, but we are very karma yogi because we find always busy doing some work, good work doing. So, always seeing, meditating, oh, very dhyana yogi. Always unattached to anything, oh, is jnana yogi. Another one is always doing puja, oh, is a bhakta, is a bhakti yogi. We level them in this way, but in everyone's life, little, all kinds of yogas are there. Here, Naradaji will establish devotion is the highest path, he is a devotee. He is right also. You follow this, you will get the result. But Sri Ramakrishna has come to accommodate all. Follow any path, but don't say, I discard that. Sri Ramakrishna's own guru also became benefited. Totapuri, a Brahmogani, doing 40 years of sadhana, he became a Brahmogani. He got the knowledge of the ultimate reality, the Atman. Then he initiated Sri Ramakrishna in Advaita Vedanta, and Sri Ramakrishna got that Nirvikalpa Samadhi. And then his guru was 10 months with him. He used to stay 3 days only in any place. But he fell in love with Sri Ramakrishna. And Sri Ramakrishna was going to Sri Mandir and taking Haribol, Harinam, and guru was teasing him. What are you doing, my child? Kya roti thokte ho? Haribol, Haribol. In India, those who are devotees, they take God's name in this way. They clap and keep a tal, this rhythm, and do this. And he was a yogi, he was a jnani, a Brahmogani, he remains in Samadhi. So he was telling, oh, Sri Ramakrishna, what are you doing? Kya roti thakta? Are you making a chapati, a bread in India? These people with the hands, they flatten it. So, Sri Ramakrishna is telling, how can you say that? I am taking my mother's name and you are teasing me, you are making joke out of her. Do you know my mother is that? That is what Sri Ramakrishna said. That my mother is that Brahman. What Gyanis worship as Brahman, think of as Brahman, I call that Brahman as my mother. I know there is no difference. So in Sri Ramakrishna everything is there, and his Guru accepted that. Just so long we have our human body, we are under, Sri Ramakrishna used the English word. We say under the tree under, Sri Ramakrishna says, so long you have this body, you are under my mother, Shakti. This. When you are bodiless, yes, that is ultimate reality, no doubt. But everything is of that. There is no anything second. Where is the second? If anything appears as second, then this also that. So, his Guru also finally understood that Brahma and Shakti, it is like Sri Ramakrishna said, that it is like this side of the coin and other side, upside, downside of the same coin. Agni, fire, and its burning power. You can say, no, there is no power in burning power in Agni, in fire. That cannot be fire. And there cannot be any burning power. Oh, it is not Agni, but it is burning. It cannot. So it goes together. A static condition and dynamic condition. In the static condition of that ultimate reality, we call it Brahman. And in dynamic condition, state, we call it as Shakti. So Sri Ramakrishna is telling that all path will lead there. Only you have to be sincere, you have to be loving, you have to be devoted. So we will continue with this now. Our time is over. We will continue with this word, nectar-like words of Naradji about Bhakti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Any question? Then you close that and here.